Welcome to Yoga on Demand. Yoga on Demand is a monthly yoga subscription plan where we meet live every Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern Time to 10 a.m. Eastern Time for a full-length 1-hour yoga class. We offer different styles of yoga each day, from Vinyasa Flow to Slow Flow to our Strength and Tone class, which actually incorporates small hand weights for added muscle building, as well as a Yin yoga class and meditation. Can't make it to the live stream? Don't sweat it. You can sweat all you want with our Yoga on Demand archive, which holds over 80 full-length 1-hour yoga classes, so you can do yoga anywhere, anytime. This plan also includes full access to our community forum, where you can meet and connect with like-minded individuals, discuss everything in health and wellness, from creativity, intuition development, mindfulness techniques, cooking recipe shares, home design and entertainment, and even have a place to share any questions you may have or experiences you'd like to share along your wellness journey. At renelb.com, we eat well, live well, and be mindful together. Now let's get ready for class. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back on the mat. As always, my name is Renelb, your instructor today. And just a quick announcement for everybody joining here live this morning for class. Yoga on Demand now offers 7-day trials for any new members. So if you know anybody who's interested in trying out yoga, maybe they're new to yoga and the yoga practice and they're not sure how they would like it, or maybe it's their first time maybe logging in and doing yoga online. And so Yoga on Demand now offers a 7-day free trial for you to try out our month-to-month yoga program. And so with that being said, let's get started for our slow class this morning. And we can come down today in a wide-legged child's pose. So come onto your mat, draw the knees out wide, toes will come to touch, send the hips towards the heels, and then reach your arms forward, resting your forehead down on the mat. If your forehead has a hard time coming down, you can draw the elbows out wide and stack the hands one on top of the other, resting your forehead on your stacked hands. And take the time here to settle onto your mat. Begin letting go of your day, letting go of your weekend, and clearing everything up for a fresh start this week. Start to notice how you're breathing this morning, just following your natural breath and noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing how your physical body is feeling, if you're holding any tension anywhere, and see if you can soften those areas of tension with the help of your exhales. Imagining your body loosening up and softening, melting into the ground ever more. And also taking the time to notice how your mental body is feeling this morning, noticing if there are any recurring thoughts, and becoming aware of those thoughts. Then let that go. Tune into your emotional body and your heart space. Notice where your heart is at this morning. And become aware of any emotions that are physically present in your body, in your space. And then let that go as well. Begin to set your own intention for your practice today. Asking yourself how you want to feel, what you want to think about, and what you want your yoga practice to mean for you. And so this is a threefold question. Drawing your mental, emotional, and additional intention all in one, wrapped into one intention. Drawing your heart forward as you set this intention today. And throughout your practice, see if you can hold your intention very closely to your heart and very close to the forefront of your mind. And as you move throughout practice, always draw towards that intention. Take a few more breaths here in stillness as you soften and ground down even more. Still just working with our natural breath to start. Together we'll start to deepen our breath now. So once you've released all the air from your lungs, exhaling it all out, hold the exhale for just a sec. And then inhale through the nose, expand your belly out first, and then allow the breath to move up the rib cage, expanding the lungs out to the sides, and continue to inhale until your breath reaches up towards your collarbone and hold it there. Exhale, soften the chest first, and then slowly release the air down the lung, all the way down to your belly as you release the air from your abdominal space. Hold at the end of your exhale. Inhale, expand the belly up. Move your breath up the rib cage towards the collarbone. Nice deep breaths here. Hold at the top. And slowly exhale the chest. And then slowly the belly comes back down, drawing towards the spine. Hold at the end of your exhale. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Exhale the chest first for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the base. Expand your belly on the inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Continue this deep belly breath on your own. You can continue this 5-count breath, or maybe you want to expand your breath upwards to 7 counts. And at this point, you can draw your Ujjayi breath forward by constricting the back of the throat with your tongue, and this will create a natural wave-like sound on your breath. And so Ujjayi breath is a really great practice to help draw yourself a little bit more awareness to your breath as you move through your yoga practice. And it also acts as your anchor for your class, similar to an intention. And so as you move through your class today, if you're working with your Ujjayi breath, see if you can allow your breath to really help guide your movement. And anytime that you
stop hearing this Ujjayi breath, that's your cue to maybe slow down or bring your breath back into the forefront of your awareness. And so together we'll take 3 more long, deep breaths, either adding in that Ujjayi breath if you'd like, or continuing with the deep belly breath as we've practiced. On your next inhale, slowly make your way up into tabletop position. Draw your knees under the hips as you stack your knees and hips and draw your knees hip width apart. From here, we're going to start our practice today by stretching out our wrists. So you're going to first start by rotating your fingertips to the outer edges or the long edge of your mat. So you want to make sure that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in alignment. And then from here, we're just going to shift our chest to the left and then to the right, making sure that your fingers are spread nice and wide this whole time and that your index fingers are pressing into the ground. If you ever feel a really tight pinching in the wrist, which is common if you haven't stretched out your wrists in a really long time, or maybe there's just a lot of tension there, you can walk your knees towards your hands throughout any of the future examples that we do or the exercises that we do. And this will just help to alleviate some of that tension for you to have a little bit more of an enjoyable stretch. And then we'll start to draw circles over the wrist. So go to the left, draw your chest forward a bit, over to the right. Draw the hips back as you rotate that circle back to the left, over to the right. And continue moving with these nice circles over the wrists, getting all kinds of motion and movement here. The next time that your chest comes to the top of the mat, reverse the direction of your circles. And this isn't a race. You don't want to move too quickly. Try to synchronize your movement with that nice 5-count breath. Do one more final circle around the wrists. And once you arrive at the top of your mat, come back to a neutral position. From here, we're going to rotate our wrists once again. So now the fingertips are going to be pointing towards your knees. Again, make sure that your fingers are all pressing firmly into the ground, especially your thumb and pinky. Those are the ones that tend to want to either not spread very wide or not press into the ground. They tend to want to lift off the ground. And so again, stack shoulder, elbow, and wrist, one on top of the other. But this time, we're just going to move our hips back and then forward. Getting a new range of motion here, front and back. Making sure that you're not lifting the wrist when you go back, but that palm is staying grounded into the earth throughout this movement. And do those wrist circles once again, moving in one direction. The next time you come up to center with the chest, reverse your circles, moving in the other direction. Come back to a centered position. And now we're going to draw our hips towards our heels, stretching out the front of the wrist. Again, walk your knees if you need to. Relax the head and neck. And slowly start to peel your palm. Hold it there. So you're just peeling the part of the wrist and where it connects with the palm slightly off the ground. Your fingers are still pressing into the earth. Breathe here. Keep your arms nice and extended, no bends in the elbow. Send your hips towards the heels a bit more as you lift the palms slightly more. Hold it here. Make sure that your thumb and pinky are still grounded in the earth. Continue to breathe deeply. Slowly peel your palm a little bit more. Maybe now your thumb hovers slightly off the ground and hold it there. And then slowly peel the remainder of your hands off of the mat. Once your hands are completely off, interlace the fingers and draw figure eights with the wrists. Move nice and slowly, allowing a bit more blood flow to move back into the wrists. And then reverse the direction of your figure eights.
If you're enjoying this class, consider supporting my work and join Yoga on Demand for $30 a month and watch this full class without any interruptions. With this membership, you'll also gain 5 weekly live yoga classes every Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern Time to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as well as a community of like-minded individuals with full access to our community forum. Check the description box below for more information and website links. Now let's get back to class.
Then release the interlace of your hands. Come back into your tabletop position. From here, we're going to now flip our palms towards the sky. Fingers point in towards each other. Again, be mindful of how this feels in your body and take any adjustments by walking the knees in towards your hands if there's too much tension there. Make sure that there's no bend in the elbows. You're pushing your hands into the mat. And we're just going to hold it here. Fingertips point in towards each other. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders are always in alignment. And from here, we're just going to do slight motions to the left as we draw our chest to the left and then over to the right. Back to the left. Back to the right. Move nice and slow. And then you can draw those circles moving in one direction to start. You might notice that your ability to add a big circle over the wrists at this point is maybe a little bit harder. So you can just draw little circles around the wrists. And then reverse the direction. Come back to center, lengthen those arms. And then we're going to rotate our hands once again. This time the fingertips are going to point towards the knees. You'll want to naturally bend at the elbow, but keep those elbows nice and long. Arms are nice and long here. And we're just going to hold this here. Continue to lengthen those arms. Again, don't be scared to walk the knees closer to the hands if you need that additional cushion. Relax the head and neck. And start to draw your hips towards the heels, getting a nice stretch in the forearms here. These exercises should be done a little bit more regularly in your everyday life, especially if you're working on the computer a lot or if you do a lot of mechanical movements with your arms and hands, if you do a lot of the same movements throughout the day. It's always good to make sure that you stretch out daily if you can, if you're working an office job, just to prevent anything from carpal tunnel or any wrist injuries throughout the duration of your career. Draw your hips towards your heels a little bit more, maybe starting to lift a little bit more off the mat. Your thumb and pinky should still be collected and grounded onto the earth. Lift the wrists a little bit more. Send the hips back a little bit more. Maybe slowly peel off the hand now that your thumb is hovering off the mat. And slowly peel up all other fingers off of the ground. Interlace your hands in on habit way, so it should feel funky in the interlace. And then once again, draw those figure eights moving in one direction to start. And then reverse the direction of your figure eights. Release the interlace of the hands and just shake out the hands and wrists. Come back into your tabletop position, and from here we're going to settle into our first down dog of the day. Curl the toes under, send the hips back and up, and begin to pivot the hips side to side, shifting the heels up and down. Lift the heels. Maybe a few cracks and pops will happen when you do that. Make sure that your fingers are spread nice and wide, index fingers pointing to the front of the room. And then just find your down dog here. Relax the head and neck, shake it out. And take a few breaths in your down dog. Take 3 more deep breaths here in your down dog this morning. Really drawing the heels into the earth and drawing your belly button closer to the upper thigh, lengthening the hips higher. Relax the head and neck. Take 1 more deep breath here. On your next inhale, gaze to the front of the room and slowly walk forward to the front of the room, folding over the legs when you arrive. Your feet are going to be nicely spread, hip width apart. And from here, just fold over the legs You can keep a micro bend in the knees or a generous bend in the knees if you want to release a little bit more through the low back. And then you can sway side to side if that feels good. If you'd like, you can grab hold of opposite elbows and sway side to side. And then release the hands back down to the mat. Come back to center with your chest if you've been swaying. From here, interlace the hands behind the back. Press the palms up towards the sky as you draw your shoulder blades together. Hands point up to the sky and rest the head, shake it out. Holding the stretch here. Reaching the hands as high as they'll go. Take 3 more breaths here. Keep reaching the hands nice and high. On your next inhale, release the hands to your low back, nice and slowly and with control. And then the hands come back down to your mat. Spread your toes nice and wide, bend through your knees, and slowly start to rise up to stand, moving 1 vertebra at a time, nice and slow until your head comes up last. Draw your shoulders up and back, palms face forward to the front of your room. Shut down the eyes here and reconnect for a moment with your intention. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Your palms will touch. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, release the hands as you swan dive forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold deeper into your legs. Bend both knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, release, swan dive forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, fold deeper into the legs. Bend your knees once more. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, release, swan dive forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale, nice flat back. Exhale, fold deeper into the legs. Ground down through the hands, step your right leg back and drop your right knee down, coming into your low lunge here. Come high onto your fingertips, draw your chest through the arms, deep bend through that left knee, making sure that the knee and ankle are in alignment on the left leg. And if you like, you can use your blocks to support your hands, helping you lift a little bit more through the chest. And just breathe here, finding space in the front of that right hip, in your hip flexor. And we're just going to hold this position here. Take a few more breaths. Maybe shut down the eyes. Take 3 more breaths in this position, really sending your hips forward and the chest through the arms. On your next inhale, really ground down through your left foot, engage your left hip and draw your arms up overhead. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, creating space for your neck to soften.
Thank you for tuning into today's preview yoga class. If you'd like to watch this full-length 1-hour yoga class with Rinelle B, please make your way to rinelleb.com and sign up for Yoga On Demand. Check the description for more information and website links. Yoga On Demand is a monthly yoga subscription plan where we meet live every Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern Time to 10 a.m. Eastern Time for a full-length 1-hour yoga class. We offer different styles of yoga each day, from Vinyasa Flow to Slow Flow to our Strength and Tone class, which actually incorporates small hand weights for added muscle building, as well as a yin yoga class and meditation. Can't make it to the live stream? Don't sweat it. You can sweat all you want with our Yoga On Demand archive, which holds over 80 full-length 1-hour yoga classes, so you can do yoga anywhere, anytime. This plan also includes full access to our community forum, where you can meet and connect with like-minded individuals, discuss everything in health and wellness, from creativity, intuition development, mindfulness techniques, cooking recipe shares, home design and entertainment, and even have a place to share any questions you may have or experiences you'd like to share along your wellness journey. At rinelleb.com, we eat well, live well, and be mindful together. I hope to see you there. I'm sending you all so much love and light your way. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.